Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster Perfect Stats Guide. So in this one, we've just finished the opera scene there. I wanted to, make sure to not do any speaking over that. So at this point, and this is actually going to look a little bit strange, because of the patch yesterday, you have to take, I should say, I think you, well, yeah, you really have to take, Gao instead of Edgar here. So this is going to look a little bit weird as of, this, I had to basically, what I had to do is splice in some new footage after this old stuff. So again, this is going to look a little bit strange, but the first thing that we're going to do here in order to get all of the formations and all of the rages for Gao, we need to actually run into one of these sets of rats and then just let them wipe us. There's not, you don't get a game over for losing, against these rats. So yeah, so there we. I don't know, how Celes is supposed to survive that, but maybe Ultros actually misses. But either way, so now that we'll go back in, and then we won't have to do the singing part of the opera house again. It'll basically start us back off when the timer shows up. So at least we don't have to do all of the singing again. Although, honestly, I really like that scene now. I think they did a really good job. All right, so there's this is how it plays out this time around. So we find the letter basically right away, and so again, because of the patch yesterday, you can't run away from the Magna Rotors on the minecart ride, which means again we're forced to take experience in those in those battles, which again is really actually stinks. I wish that they would have, I don't know, made the battles with the Magna Rotors just not give you any experience, and then that would actually solve that problem. But yeah, just not the case, and so now the game has reverted more back to again like the older, I suppose, like iterations of the game, So, I was a little, honestly, I was a little saddened by that change, just because, because of that, because of being able to run away from those battles, we got a bunch of extra levels on a couple of people. So, like Terra, for instance, Terra will unfortunately be re-averaged to 6 instead of 5, by kind of taking advantage of running away from those battles. Excuse me. We wouldn't need to take any experience on any of these characters that we're taking to the minecart, and yeah, it just it ends up affecting quite a few characters. Actually, it's Terra, Setzer, Strago, and maybe is it just those three? Yeah, it's really just those three, because we'll still be able to get some levels with Locke, and he will already have, or will already have a +2 Esper for him. So, nothing really lost there as far as Locke goes. But again, it's just those couple of characters that lose a complete level, which is a drag. But here, so what I noticed is when you use a quick save up here in the rafters, the rats seem to be reset to their default. They seem to have default positions, and so what you can do here is, pay attention to where the rats spawn in at, and then just save really close, or take a certain path, and then save. But make sure, I think that you need to make sure though that you don't save too close to one of the rats, right? Because you need to still be able to get out of the way. And Also, though, when the rats are about to get to me, then I reload the save, right? Because unfortunately, it would kick us back outside. And also on top of that, I took the formation with the two. I'm sorry, it's 5 monsters total. The first video I had made for this, I actually took the formation with only 3 rats, and they go in the same pack, and I just figured that I wanted to, or my intent was to cycle the Velt a lot and farm a lot of cash, and I just figured, you know what, the 5 rat formation is going to be really easy for us to knock out when we're like after we've leveled. And Velt farming will be really, really easy. So, 5 rats versus 3, the way I looked at it was, well, 5 rats is worth more cash. So, I ended up taking that formation this time around. So, all right, like I said, pretty easy. Again, if you're, if you save and then you load your game there, just kind of pay attention to where the rats are at, and you can kind of. What you also can do is kind of creep over closer to where a rat is at in order to get by it. Like that second rat there, because he's all the way up at the top of the, what it would be like one of those beams. You can kind of creep your way over towards him, and basically move once, quick save, and then reload, right, to like initial or kick him back to his initial position, and just keep repeating that process. Now, here is where I've made my my splice. So again, if this looks a little bit weird, that's what's happening here. This is new footage that I had to replace the old stuff with. This is how I've got Locke equipped. Yeah, and I think in that earlier video, I actually had I had flame shields and stuff, and I just figured, now that the Esper glitch is not able to be used, I figured we'll just keep everything completely legit here, and only use the gear that we would be able to obtain at this point. So I think maybe Cyan might still have some spells from being able to glitch some espers on him, but I think I've made sure to not use those. We'll see how this battle plays out, but I'll be honest, it was crazy how much of a joke this fight was. Gao just absolutely murders Ultros here. So Ultros is vulnerable to, I believe it's lightning, and Gao's Gigavolt from the Aspirin monster is freaking brutal. I think I had the hero ring and a earring equipped on him, and I think he could have 2-shot Ultros here had I not acted with anybody else. But yeah, let's take a look here. Yeah, Aspirant. Boom! 1422. Yeah, that would have 2-shot him. I didn't have to do anything actually with anybody else if I wouldn't have wanted to. I slowed Ultros just because. Ultros is actually vulnerable to stop as well, so you could rage, I don't know, a monster that uses stop. There's plenty of them, but why? There's just, just zap him a couple of times there and it's over. So, absolute joke. Wow. Also, I noticed one thing. In the bestiary that I normally look at, it has Ultros listed as having a white cape, but he doesn't have it this time around. That's a bizarre change. So, don't worry about stealing. I tried. He doesn't have anything. But, alright, here Setzer swoops in and swipes Celes. I like how they play it off as, I think, anyway, that, that's all part of the show. Yeah, stay tuned for Act 2, I think he says. So, all right, that's it. That's the Opera House. pretty easy. I honestly, I just can't believe how easy that Ultros fight was. I did that I think twice over the last, I don't know, I guess a couple weeks. Actually, no, I'm sorry, 3 times, and that was the third. And wow, Gao just makes that an absolute joke. In the prior to yesterday's patch, we actually wanted to keep Gao on the Veld for basically the entire World of Balance, and because unfortunately he bumps our average party level up. And if he wasn't on the Veld, then Setzer would join at 5, and then Strago would join at 8. Or I'm sorry, if Gao was on the Veld, Setzer would join at 5, and that would push the party average down, so that Strago would join at 7 instead of 8. And now, again, unfortunately, because of the changes to the minecart, that's not possible anymore. And so even with being able to stash Shadow, which we should still be able to do, it's just not it's not enough, and we end up having to get some levels there on the minecart. But anyways, we're trying to convince Setzer to join us here, and we need to. Alright, so this probably looks strange again. I had to use some footage again from my old playthrough here with the incorrect characters, right? So I've got Edgar here instead of Gao, and we do need to have Gao for this. Anyways, so I actually kind of like this though too, because this shows. So we're basically going to, or Celes is going to hustle Setzer here by making a bet with him, and then says that we're gonna flip a coin, and if Setzer wins, then Celes will marry him, but if she wins, then he has to do what she wants, and take us to Vector. And of course, it's a two-sided coin with two heads, or well, I suppose the coin has both sides are heads. And I always wonder, and I'm not 100% sure, if this coin is the same one from earlier, when I did the scene with Edgar and Sabin. Basically, Edgar is kind of in control, or Edgar is the one that has the coin, and he says that it was from their father. And again, I always wonder if it's supposed to be the same one. I don't know if it is, and I'm just not 100% sure. But either way, I mean, if it is, and Edgar, uses that or has that coin for this same coin from the first one, because it does look like Celes gets the coin from Edgar, and if that's the case, then I think that makes Edgar seem even, or make Edgar a really like a better person, because he knew that Sabin would get to make his own choice as far as what he wanted to do with his life, and I'm just not sure if that's the case. That's always kind of been my theory, and I don't know if that's ever been confirmed or not. I'm not sure, but. Anyways, all right, yeah. So the plan here is to, take the airship on over to Vector, and invade the Magitech research facility, and yeah, we'll hopefully get some answers for Terra. So yeah, again, the Opera House is unfortunately the point of no return, though. That is the party that you're locked into for quite a ways. Also, again, I think it's a good idea to level Celes before coming over here. It's not the end of the world. There's actually technically a battle or two that you can probably make use of in the Magitech research facility, but I think it's better to just get it done, early. But all right, that is all the time I've got as we're rolling into Vector. I love that scene. They did such a good job. But all right, I'm out of time. So as always, hope the guide was helpful, and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.